GMY Footy, episode 14. Well, I'm pumped, wrapped, excited because Frankie's not here and you're here and you're a funny man. So it's the first time I've ever had someone funny in the building.
Well, I have been in this building before, so I take offence to that from my previous appearances.
Obviously left a mark.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. How you going?
Very good. How'd you see the weekend?
It was good this weekend. I actually I got right into the North Freo game where it all happened. The ball went flat and Crowley was accused of pinching. But I think the big thing, don't worry about pinching in Freo. Worry about what they're doing to Hayden Ballantyne's bum when he's not on the ground. What he's doing there.
What a pervert.
Who is that guy? That guy's got nothing to do with the club. He just jumped the fence.
That's shocking. Now, what I saw on the weekend, Chris Scott, it's at Brisbane on Sunday up at the Gabba. What about this? That 52 points down the Lions, they come back from that moment, and then Chris Scott, 33 seconds to go, jumps on the headphones, puts them on, doesn't realise he's on the bench, and tries to radio through to himself back on the bench. He's already on the bench, Scott. So he's in shock. He was in a state of shock on his own.
I think that he definitely, whatever the message was, it wasn't play on.
It wasn't play on.
It definitely wasn't play on.
But
ice the clock. What were you thinking?
But you want to be a coach?
Yeah, that's my whole thing. If we get a rush behind ahead, shut it down. Rossi Lyon, just kill the ball.
A man who does love to kill the ball, and he would shut it down, is a man from the Carlton Footy Club, Brock McLean. Thanks for coming in.
Cheers, boys. Thanks for having me.
We finally got to you.
Yeah, finally got around after being caught up a few times. I'm wrapped to be here, mate.
Now, you've had an exceptional 12 months of footy. You were playing in the VFL, dominating in the VFL. What do you put your form down to in the turnaround in your career?
Yeah, probably about 10 or 11 months ago I was on the scrap heap and I was probably preparing for life after footy, and luckily enough got another opportunity. Just took it and was able to stay in the side and get another contract.
You've played 22 games straight. You're averaging 25 touches. Not only are you in the side, but you're contributing massively.
Yeah, I think that just comes with a couple of years in a row of getting some pre-seasons under my belt, no injuries, no surgeries, and just confidence in my body and in my form.
I remember you said something, I saw you do an interview, you said you're playing for your footy life once. How do you handle that mentally? Like, that's got to be a really mentally draining thing every week, thinking, well, this could be my last game of AFL football.
Yeah, it was a sort of a tough position, but I really had no other choice. Like, if I wanted to continue my career, I still don't feel safe in the side right now. Like, I sort of play on edge every week and sort of say to
you play
myself,
for Carlton. You'll be fine, don't worry.
Going from a Collingwood supporter.
No, but I just, each week I go into a game thinking, listen, your position's not safe. Like, you're not a guaranteed selection every week. So that seems to work for me, and I'll continue to do that as long as I keep playing well.
Well, I love you, and I think you'll be in this at the Carlton Footy Club for a long time. Now, what about Mark Murphy, your skipper? So he went down against Hawthorn, Hodge copped him, cracked his jaw. Will he play this week against Sydney? He trained this week, or will he be back against Collingwood?
I'm not sure this week. I think he might struggle, but he's a massive chance next week. He's been on the soup diet for about a week now, so he's a little bit lighter, and I think he's still a little bit sore and puffy around the face, but he had a run today, and I'm sure he'll do everything he can to get up next week.
Yeah.
Now, Brock, the big story this week has been what Joe Watson said on the couch. It was massive. Now, I think he's stealing your idea. It was your idea to drop bombshells on Fox Footy's on the couch. That was you that started that. Now, what we want to do, we've seen Fox Footy's on the couch. It's the front page of every paper. Everybody's talking about that. We want you to do the same with us with a new segment we call Brock's Bombshell.
You ready?
Okay, you ready? All right, now this is going to get us on the front page of every... I reckon we could get onto the New York Times with this. Can you complete this sentence? I, Brock McLean, have taken
a calendar from Crown Casino.
Bang.
Oh, there you go.
Get Robbo on the line.
Where's
That's
Mike Sheen?
massive. So where's Mike
Hardcore stuff.
Sheen?
Hardcore stuff,
Unbelievable. So, yeah, we won't get back over that. Did you take a calendar from Crown Casino?
Yeah, there was a bit of investigation.
Don't worry about it. I don't want to
You're
get you
an
in shit.
accessory.
I was an accessory, but no, investigation done, all cleared, but typical journalists try to, make something... make a story out of something that's not there.
Now, myself and Jules, we're very happy for you because you seem very settled off the field and you found a special someone. Here it is, Hercules.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough. That's not my dog, it's my sister's dog, but it's someone that looks pretty much similar to me, so I'm wrapped, mate. Just good kisses too. Really good kisses.
It's a very different story if
nice
you're a rugby league player with a dog in the photo.
Yeah, that's... Wouldn't be too keen on repeating that.
No. Now, this is something I want to bring up with you. What is going on here in this shot? You look like, is that Las Vegas?
Yes, that was at The first day of the Ghost Bar Day Club party last year. I spent about 2 months in Vegas at the
good
end of last
pre-season.
year. Yeah, it was a really good pre-season. I've got it was a dress-up party, so I had a nice pair of pink shorts and a crop top and a nice party hat on. So definitely enjoyed the festivities.
You look $1 million bucks.
Yeah.
Are you going to live in Vegas once your career's finished?
We have spoken about that. I've got a good mate of mine who's over there working, and he's pretty keen for me to get over there at some stage when footy finishes up and help him out and get involved with him. So it's a possibility.
You could be in charge of calendar location.
Well, maybe I might try and scope out, the MGM or the Bellagio, move on to bigger fish.
Now, myself and Dools know that you love your music and you love your DJs. Now, what do you think when I show you that? This is an Australian DJ, Havana Brown.
Yeah,
You're a massive fan of Havana?
I use that for target practice.
What can you explain us? The feud. You had a feud. This is another thing that was in the
it was
paper.
not a real feud. It was another bombshell. Mates call me Dirty the Bombshell. But I was just out with a couple of mates one night, the DJs. For some reason they started talking about Havana Brown, how they said, she's not a DJ, she just put CDs in and press play. And I went to Eve afterwards and she was DJing there. So I'd had a couple of drinks and I thought I might send out a tweet, revealing to the world what I actually thought and what she was actually like. And 3 days later it was in confidential, and apparently we're in this massive feud at the moment. But
The power of Twitter.
Yeah, but I just think she's a fraud. And
there's another bombshell.
We move on.
Now, this is my favourite one. This is the photo of you, the first bloke in history to do a teapot pose on the top of Mount Humphreys, as we have a look. Now, look, you went from Melbourne to Carlton. You were very well known. When it came to the teapot, you were a very strong handle man. You brought that over, lacking with the spout. Has Mick got you working on the spout?
Yeah, there's 5 or 10 minutes after training each week where I do just spout work.
Yeah, you the man on the mark. You could just... How do you do it? Could you do it? Give us a teapot?
It's like that. It's all about your angle and the skinny arm.
Yeah, right.
It's all about perceptions, how you look, and the duck pout. The duck pout is very important.
It's Australia's next Brock model.
Maybe.
It's now time for our favourite segment on the show, Twitter Hard Hitter. Brock loves this one and he requested it. At Dan and Frankie, Brock, you only signed a 1-year deal last year. Have you signed on for 2014, and will you sign more than just 1 year?
Well, there is a clause in my contract that says if I play a certain number of games, I get to sign another year. So I'd have to look over that contract and see. But I think I'm pretty close. But look, I think it's at the club's discretion. I'd obviously like to sign a 2 or 3 year deal, but that's just not up to me anymore. I think it'll just be 1 year deals from now on. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep, that's right.
You're an important part, though, of this Carlton group as they're moving forward to open a premiership window. Where do you see, say all things considered, where would you see yourself retiring? In how many years? If someone was to come to you and say you can name your terms of your contract, how many years would you go for?
Maybe 3 after this year. Maybe see it out at 30.
Yeah, 30, Vegas?
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, no, still relatively young.
Yeah.
And still got plenty of calendar stealing ability in me. So, yeah, I reckon 30 would be a nice rounded off age.
Well, it is time for our other favourite segment, Dools.
This
Frankie
is
D
it.
and I, we're Player of the Week. Who was it this week?
It can only be one person. Ash
Okay.
McGrath.
Yes, good point.
Kicking the goal after the siren in his 200th to knock off Geelong. Brizzy, you've done well, Ash.
Unbelievable. So a pair of Frankie D and eyewear glasses coming your way. Thank you for coming in, Brock. I'm getting the wind up. You've been unbelievable. You've given us plenty. A couple of bombshells.
Cheers, boys. Thanks for having me.
Good luck this weekend against the Swans.
Yeah,
We'll beat
thanks, boys. Good
them.
on
We'll
you.
beat them like I play for them. We'll see you next week. Thanks to you too.
Oh,
We'll see
no
you next
worries.
week.
Yeah, I'll come down. I'll be back next week.
You better be. We'll see you next week on Gen Y Footy.